Hey everyone, it's Miss Kulo here, and I am here to show you your next lesson plan. Alright, so first what we're going to do is open up that portrait shot that you took in the darkroom. So hopefully you have that saved to your computer on your desktop in a nice organized file / folder. So we're going to go up, File, We're going to go up and press File, Open. We're going to go to our desktop. That's where my picture is. So find your picture, press Open. And then this screen should pop up. So if you want to go ahead and you want to mess around with these functions, you are more than welcome to. Once you are finished, let's go ahead and press Open Image. And then you have your beautiful portrait of yourself. And the next step is going to be, I want you to create a new document in here. So we're just going to press File and then New. And we'll change the name to Poster. Let's call it Poster. We are going to want that width to be 8.5 inches. Make sure this is inches. And then I want the height to be 11 inches and that resolution to be 300. And I just really don't like the color white, so we're just going to change that to black. And everything else should be great. Press OK. And then you got this beautiful masterpiece right here, right? And then make sure that we're working in photography as well, or else essentials. So we're going to go back and open up that other document that we had. And now let's just right click. So right clicking on your image is Control and then click on the mouse. And we're going to press Duplicate Layer. And our destination, we want it to go to that poster. So press OK. Alright, so now I have this photo of myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Command key and I am going to press T. And we're just going to transform that image to be a little bit bigger. So notice how I have these arrows that pop up when you go. So we want to go to the corner. And what we don't want to happen is it to be stretched out or really elongated. So we want this to stay a consistent size. So to do that is you hold down the Shift key. Keep holding it down when you're resizing. And we are just going to, and you can lift up from the mouse, but just make sure you're holding down the Shift key. And we're going to resize our image a little bit here. Let's make sure it fits the whole thing. That looks good. I'm going to press Enter. Now we got this portrait of ourselves. Alright, so once you have that placed, if you want to mess around with the brightness or contrast, a really key thing to learn is levels. And if you don't have this over in Adjustments, you can just come over here and make sure Adjustments is selected, and then this should pop up. So if you click Levels, you can mess around a little bit over here with your knobs and create whatever contrast that you want. Once you have it to your liking, your next step is going to be making sure that you have these rulers on top. So to do that, if you don't have these rulers along the side and up top, let's go to View. And let's just make sure Rulers has a check mark by it and Snap has a check mark by it. If they do not have a check mark by it, just simply click it. Okay, so once you have those clicked, we are going to just go over to your ruler. You're going to hold down that click and you're going to drag it, still holding down that mouse, and you're going to put it right in the center of your face. So once you have that all nicely placed, our next step is we're going to go ahead and grab this rectangle tool, and we are going to click and then drag that so it matches that left hand rectangle. Let it go. And then we have a nice little rectangle of crawling ants. So our next step is going to be creating a new layer found in the lower right hand corner. Click that, and then you have it selected. Then go up to Edit and Fill, and we want the contents of that fill to be black. And mode should be normal, opacity 100, and then we're just going to go ahead and press OK. Now we have a beautiful black rectangle placed. And we're going to get rid of those little crawling ants. We hold down the Command key and we press D for deselect. Our next step is to go ahead and add that quote that we all should have already picked out. So let's go ahead and press the text key, and we are going to select our area, and I'm just going to write out my quote, and then make sure all the caps locks it is on. We want this font to be all capitalized. Okay, so notice how everything's all jammed up here. So we're just going to highlight that all, and we're going to go over to our right hand side, and if we press paragraph, character should be over on our left hand side. If it is not, go up to window and just select character. So here we have the size of our font, so we can go ahead and make that as big as we want. I'm also going to change this to Oswald, since it's just a really nice font that I feel like fits what I'm trying to do here. You can pick whatever you want. Keep in mind, I don't think we actually talked about this. If you want to pick out a font that you find online, fontsquirrel.com. You can find free fonts, and also dafont.com. So we're going to go ahead and bring that font size up, and then also over to our right hand side there's a little arrow in between two A's, and this is called the leading, and what that does is it creates a little bit more space in between our words. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, actually. Make that leading a little bit nicer. And I'm just going to even this out. I want confidently only on one line. And I clearly have to make this a little bit smaller, huh? Okay. And then also we want this all the way on the right hand align center or left hand align center, depending which side of your text is on. And I want imagined on one line. This looks good. I like this. Actually, I don't like it. I want the leading to be a little bit closer. So we want our letters to almost be touching. That's good. And if you have confidently really goes out there, so if you have something that's a little bit too farther out, You can manipulate it by messing around with this one, and what that does is it squishes it. So I'm just going to squish that a little bit. And you want to make sure it looks, you know, decent. It doesn't look like way too much, doesn't look different than the other letters. So once you have that placed, that looks nice. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just push this back over and make sure your text is selected. And we're going to hold down the Command key and press T as in text. And then we can transform this a little bit bigger because I want this to be centered a little bit here. That's good, looks good. I like this. So I'm gonna just press enter or return. I'm gonna move that up a little bit, actually. Okay, and once you have that done, your next step is to hold down the Command key and you're gonna press that T. And now look how we have those wonderful crawling ants all over our text. Then our next step is we're going to close this eye on that and then select our layer 1, which is our black box, and we're just going to press the delete key. And now we want to hold down Command and then press D as in dirt. And now you have this. So we kind of want to have some of these words a little bit shown here, right? Because they're kind of getting lost. So let's press our background copy. And I'm going to go over here and select my brush. And I want to make sure that I have color dodge on. And let's make sure the hardness is all the way down to 0. Your size be kind of decent, and then select something with a soft edge. Bring your opacity down a little bit just to start out with. And I'm just going to click and kind of reveal some of those letters. I like that. Okay, so if you want to add a border as well, you can do so by going to switch over to Essentials, and then we're going to select this box, and I'm just going to draw a nice border around my page, and then this properties box will pop up. And let's make sure that we don't want any color in the center. We do want a white border. I want a white border. You can choose whatever color. I'm going to change this to 2. And this looks great. I'm going to press enter, and I want to bring the opacity down because I don't want like a really bright border. I want something kind of smooth. And I'm going to bring the opacity down to 42. And then I'm going to go ahead and double click on that and bring up my layer styles. And I want there to be an outer glow. And I want that outer glow just to be very faint. And you can mess around with some of these presets however you want. And I'm going to press OK. There we go. And you can always manipulate, so it looks like I have a lot more space on that side. So I'm going to just, if you hold down the Command key and T, That's when you can kind of transform things a little bit. Press enter. And there you have it. If you guys have any questions, just save your work as a don't forget to always save your work as a Photoshop file so you can always come back to it. So you press Photoshop and then save it to your desktop. And then if you are going to upload it to Google Classroom, remember to save it as a JPEG. So not JPEG 2000, not JPEG stereo, but just a regular JPEG. Okay? Name it and do all that fun stuff. All right? Alrighty. See you later.